What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sports Depth podcast on this lovely Tuesday. My name is Joey Alfieri with my good buddy Simon Tsalikis. We're with you every day, Monday through Friday, for about 15 minutes. That's the concept. You go into a dépanneur, and it's very quick. You go in, you buy your bag of chips, you buy a chocolate bar, pack of gum, carbonated beverage, as Simon likes to call it, and you go. You're in, you're out. That's what the Sports Depth is. You're in, you get fed your sports knowledge, and then you're out. Well, maybe not knowledge, but you get fed sports opinions.
Yes, I think that's fair. I think that's very fair.
What's going on, Tsalikis? How you
What's going
on? Not much. I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, obviously, it was a busy weekend. We talked about it on Monday with the Canadiens in particular, with everything that went on. I mean, it doesn't feel like they collected 5 of 6 six possible points from Thursday, just because there's a lot of I don't know. There's some negativity out there.
There's a lot of negativity. No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say. Our good friend Sean Campbell has tried to teach me the ways of the.
Yeah. What?
Don't pay too much attention to the loud, vocal
minority.
Yeah. But I think we all get sucked into that. Yes.
Yeah. It's just, and it's funny. Like, I know on yesterday's show, and I wanted to bring up these comments because there's a couple of comments with people coming after us, and I like it. I love it. I'm not gonna go after anybody who comes after us. Not with my thumbs. I'll go after you vocally.
Make the comment.
Because there's some people that took issue with the fact that I said it was disrespectful that there are multiple people calling Martin St. Louis a Pee-wee coach.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got Malmation Crunch 2641 who wrote in, to be fair, calling people disrespectful for pointing out that the coach has 0 coaching experience prior to this gig in itself is disrespectful. I don't necessarily agree with every and all criticism around MSL, but to suggest that it's disrespectful for myself or anyone else to dare say something negative is next level. You can say something negative. I have 0 problem with this. 0 problem. If you listen to the episode, I said calling him a Pee-wee coach is insulting. That's disrespectful. Not, you can question ice time, you want to do that, overtime, lines, you can question whatever you want.
Any coach.
But you can question him.
Question why Bill Belichick didn't play Malcolm Butler in a Super Bowl.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
But what my point is that I'm not saying not to question the coach. You can question the coach. I'm fine. I've questioned the coach.
Yes.
What I'm saying is calling him a Pee-wee coach, that's disrespectful. That's where I'm coming at, because he doesn't deserve to be called a Pee-wee coach. That's where I'm coming from. That's all it is. And then Richard Woods says...
If that's your real name.
Richard Woods -J4R wrote on yesterday's episode as well. Nobody regressed? He's asking the question in response. This was you saying that nobody's regressed. Carrier, Montembeault, enough protection for Goalie. He's regressed. Period.
Yes.
Age doesn't care about the past or bleeding red, white, and blue. It's part of nature and is part of getting older unless you are Crosby. By the way, haven't forgotten Anderson. He has regressed. Yes, he has flashes of last season, but for the money he signed for, he's regressed. And the money he signed for was and is still a huge for the end results of this labeled power forward. This is a long sentence.
Okay, so buzz off then.
Anyways, but I think
that's not a good...
I think your point is
that's a very
not
nice,
the veterans.
That's a nice comment, but completely not what I'm talking about. Sam Montembeault has regressed. I don't know who this gentleman is. Yeah. If you've played hockey at any level or coached at any level, and when I mean any level, I mean in my terrible ball hockey when I played with my cousins for fun.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do as a coach to make a goalie better. That's the reality. When it's some guy coming down, like Nick Suzuki was coming down against the Oilers on breakaways, there's nothing the coach from the Oilers can do to make the save. And there's like the one element of hockey that is uncoachable. You could hype them up, you can get them ready, maybe not play mind games. But once they're in nets, there is absolutely nothing a coach can do to allow a goalie. Like when Crosby, did he bank one off somebody's head, or I can't remember who one of the Montembeault goals he gave up. That was off his head and in. Like can't get your goalie to go up 50 points in your save percentage. That's up to the goalie.
Was that Tampa?
Might have been Tampa in that barrage of goals. Yes, like a bad goal is. I'm not sure how much you could put on the coach. I'm not sure how much you could put on the coach on that. I think that is just the goalie not playing up the par. Carrier, I think that's a good one. Sure, maybe not as good as last year. Totally get that. But,
Yeah,
but Brendan Gallagher and Josh...
But veterans, is that
No,
like, is
that's
that
not what
really
I'm
on the
talking
coach?
about.
Like, that's not what you're
That's
saying.
Father Time beating up on Brendan Gallagher.
Yeah.
Josh Anderson...
It's not the coach.
Josh Anderson's regression is from the 27 goals in Columbus has started from the time he was here during other general managers and other head coaches.
He was good last year.
Joey, he just can't score. That's it. His compete level's good. Gets sometimes some physicality.
Yeah.
He's okay penalty killer. The guy just can't find the back of the net anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But bringing up Brendan Gallagher's regression to the coach is actually having him on the second unit power play, which to me is mind-boggling. But he continues to run him out there. The regression that matters and only matters. Regression on Nick Suzuki? No. Cole Caulfield? No. On Slav? No. On Kapanen? No. On Demidov? No. On Heineman? No. So anybody
Heineman?
That's last year, guy came in,
Yeah.
played well
Yeah.
as a rookie. Lane Hudson, don't think so.
Oh, he's okay, that guy.
Don't think so. So yes, if you want to pick out the guy that is on the back, beyond the back nine, he's coming up 17, Brendan Gallagher, great career, but it's more Father Time that's gotten the better of Brendan Gallagher and not Martin St. Louis coaching. And Martin St. Louis has done enough. He's put him in a position to play with some decent players. Defensive roles
I
and all
thought
that.
he was better on the weekend.
I think he's been better the last couple of weeks. Him too. Just the goal total is not
It's not
ideal.
a $6 million
So when
year
I say
player.
about regression, I'm not talking about the vets.
I
man.
got what you said. It's
Come
just
on.
that people. I think I don't know that people listen to the full episode when they make these. I know a lot of people do. Our numbers are really strong, but I don't. I think there's some people that listen to a part of what you said, and I still maintain. Now, your point is valid, and I understood it that way. But I have to say, I think it's disrespectful if you call the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens
He's an
a
NHL
Pee-wee
coach who went to the playoffs last year when all of you on the comments did not predict your favorite team to be in the postseason. And he was part of many things. Cole Caulfield coming out, Nick Suzuki becoming a true number one.
Cole Caulfield has turned into a better player
100%,
since under Marty St. Louis.
Playmaking abilities, everything. And a lot of that has to do with Sam Montembeault and Patrick Laine last year. But he's a coach that got his team to the postseason last year. And he's 1 point out of the top spot in the Atlantic Division with his entire second line gone and his best defenseman out and getting $850 from his goals.
Right.
Joey,
Yeah,
we're going to have a podcast. It's going to get done. And most of it is going to be you and I, or maybe more me, complaining how it's time to make a change behind the bench. Because any podcast that's ever started, whether you're a fan of the Lakers, the Rocket, the Vikings,
Simon, you're never going to agree 100% with the coach.
There's going to be a point.
Of course.
When they said, Pep's got to go.
Yeah.
That's a soccer reference for those who don't. Bill Belichick's Greg Popovich has to go. So we're going to have that conversation about Martin St. Louis and his tenure behind the bench. I am so far from that. It's ridiculous.
I mean, come on. Speaking of that, I don't know. I started. I know this is mostly a hockey podcast, but the former CF Montreal coach is Wilfred Nancy and just got hired at Celtic to be the manager like last week.
Yeah.
And so I followed Celtic on, I wasn't following them on Instagram and X and all that. So I follow them everywhere. So now they're all in my For You page or everywhere. The gentleman has coached 3 games.
Want him out.
3. 0-3. 3 games. I think they've given up 8 goals and they've scored 2. Okay.
That's not good.
They want him fired. They want it. That's just soccer culture. Yes. But here, with the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens, it's always, there's always a honeymoon phase, and then you fall out of love, and then people just pile on and they criticize the coach. That comes with the territory. That comes with a very educated fan base. That just kind of is.
I don't know about that.
No, but they're educated, but they also think they're smarter than the coach. And I don't agree every time.
He's got guys they picked up on waivers playing mad minutes.
He's playing well, Texier.
He's playing very well.
He's playing
I
super
think his
well.
stick is too long. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's the longest stick in the world. Have you seen that stick?
No, I haven't noticed that.
It's a Dano Chara level.
Really?
Right there. Oh my goodness gracious! He's got American Hockey League players out there. He's got fringe NHLers out there. You're 1 point from the top of the Atlantic. The day will come for the coach. It's not today, man.
Yeah. Speaking of this, I wanted you to mention the goaltending before. I'm just curious. We talked a little bit about Jacob Fowler yesterday, but I'm just curious, overall, what you grade Jacob Fowler. We'll see what the Canadiens end up doing. They didn't practice on Monday, so we'll see what they end up doing a little bit later on today at practice. But I'm just curious, where do you see this going? What did you think of Fowler? Because I thought obviously he was outstanding against Pittsburgh. It was a little bit more difficult against the Rangers, but a lot of people struggled in that game. But I'm just curious overall, how do you?
I thought he was good. Again, I thought he was very good in the Pittsburgh game. Clearly,
second period
just
was
so quick. The
something
reflexes. Joey, how many of those quick little redirects by the Penguins that it seems like they funnel pucks to the front of the net for those redirects, and he was all over that. The Rangers game, the JT Miller goal, I believe it was the fourth goal, right? The little rebound, I think he's got to control that a little bit better. And the winner was a hell of a shot from JT Miller just from outside the slot. So I thought pleasantly surprised with both performances. You're running up a rookie in there on the road in Pittsburgh. Not a terrible Penguins team. I think we're all expecting that shoe to fall there, but not just yet. So I'm pleasantly surprised with Fowler's game after 120 something minutes of hockey.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but if I could use a Bob Gainey line, I think he's a thoroughbred. I think I think he's going to be that good. I just there was a level of calm in that Pittsburgh game, and I know they played tight in front of him, like they were good.
Yeah.
But there's a delay in the game because there's an accident on a highway in Pittsburgh, and you're still that locked in, and you can turn in that kind of performance. It's a good team, not a great team, an okay team, maybe I should say. But I don't know. To me, I think this is the guy of the future. I mean, barring something unforeseen or barring injuries or whatever, I think this is the dude that's going to be between the pipes if the Canadiens win the Stanley Cup in the next 5 to 10 years. I think this is going to be the guy that's going to lead them there. But saying that, and I know we'll get into it a little bit more tomorrow as well, but I think it's time to
send it back.
Soon.
Not yet.
Soon.
Not yet.
Maybe not. No, not yet.
I need one.
Let me see if Dobesh and Montembeau can step it up. But I think it's time. Yeah.
And until one of them does step up, then it's going to be a 3-man show, which is kind of messed up.
But you can't, though, Simon.
He's not
you
getting
can't
his starts.
Doing that.
I know. But Joey, they need a save.
That's fine, Simon. But you know what? If it's going to continue being a 3-man show, then it's going to have to be with Kakinen. I'm not doing this with Fowler.
Okay.
I'm not doing this with Fowler.
Well,
I'm not going to make it once of every 3 games you're sitting up in the press box. No, I'm not doing
good start for Dobish on Sunday against the Oilers. But
Good for him.
They need one of the 2 vets. And Dobish, I'm putting him in the vet category.
He's not even a vet. He's
not
Calder
even
eligible.
I think he still has to pay for his rookie dinner.
Definitely.
Until one of those guys can say, okay, I'm ready to handle this now, I think you're going to see 3 goalies up here. Once one of them says, yes, I'm ready to run with it, and they put the other guy back in that backup spot, then they'll maybe move Fowler back to Laval. And then maybe you'll do some freaky stuff like bring up Fowler to play him and whoever the backup is sits out completely type of thing, So I think this might last for just a little bit longer. Look, tough schedule here in December, playing back-to-back on Saturdays and Sundays. So no,
but you got some time. You got some time.
I don't think Fowler goes anywhere for now until somebody, and it might be him. Might be him. Maybe he makes claim to the net. I don't know. But coach, you're going to need 2 goalies.
No, I get that. But
so we're here. You got to get to here. This spot here is the 2 goalies. How do you get there?
I don't know that my answer is going to be the 2 rookies get you there. I don't know that that's going to be that. Well, anyway, we can save that for tomorrow. The last
Calgary almost did it last year.
That's an outlier though. Yes. I mean, he was Dustin Wolf was great.
I don't know enough about. I don't know enough about Dustin Wolf.
I think Dustin Wolf's a little older, isn't he?
Not only that, but was he supposed to be? Fowler's supposed to be the next big thing, right? The next big, kind of the Spencer Knight.
Dustin Wolf turned 24 in April. He's going to be 25 in April.
First round pick, second round pick.
Dustin Wolf was a 7th round pick in 2019.
That's what I mean, Joey. That guy kind of came out of nowhere. And he lit it up, and I think they finished with more points than the Canadiens last year. But
still, Simon, you're talking about a guy with over 100 games of AHL experience.
That's a great point.
Not the same. That's not the same.
But what I'm saying, but again, one guy, you're right. The 100 games of American Hockey League experience is massive. Totally get that. But then the other guy is supposed to be the man. The other guy is. We've been told from his college days that this kid is going to be special. Well, special. I don't want to put that.
Yeah.
That's what we've been told.
Sure.
Whereas Wolf is like, whoa, this kid's going to win the Calder, and he didn't, but he was in the contention there. So there's the Fowler pedigree that might be able to trump the 100 games in the American Hockey League.
Yeah, and look, it's still super, super early. So look, we'll see with Fowler. I personally like what I saw, even in the Ranger game. I don't think that's not on Fowler. I know there's the goal you didn't like, but I don't think that meltdown is on Fowler. And I know, the numbers, if you look at the numbers overall through 2 games, they're not phenomenal. But if you take a look at it and break it down, I think through 2 games, I think that's more than a passing grade for what he was able to put together.
Question for the front office: are you surprised? Are you pleasantly surprised? I think the answer would be yes.
By the way he played?
Yes.
I think small sample. I think he.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked that he turned in a passing grade. I think he's B. I'll give him a solid B.
No, I just thought the one bad goal against the Rangers. That was it. The 4-4. Other than that, Rangers are crashing the net. They were doing their thing. They got their goals.
All right, buddy. That's all the time we have on the Sportsnet podcast for today's episode. Clark Cafe. We meeting up at Clark Cafe or what?
The one in the West Island, Joey. Great news. Put up a second TV, so now wherever I sit, I can see a TV.
Oh.
And I went in, and they had on the NFL Network.
Let's go.
So, the best, what I believe is one of the best coffees in the city, if not the best coffee in the city.
Elite.
And an NFL Network. I called my wife. I said, I don't know. I might be dead. I might be in heaven. I go, I have a perfect latte and the NFL Network. Let's go.
Did she tell you to stay there, or did she say you can go home?
No, bring me a sandwich home.
Oh, okay. All right. Good for you. Did you bring a sandwich home?
I did bring a sandwich.
Well done.
Of course.
That's a veteran.
Fantino Calabrese.
Fantino Calabrese.
That's the sandwich, Fantino, and I was told to add a little Calabrese in there.
Cool.
Yes. Delicious.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm a grilled chicken or chicken cutlet, and I substitute.
Wow. Yes.
I substitute the mayo for mustard now.
Wow.
Yeah, we're changing the game.
Like I don't even know you.
We're changing the game. All right, that's all the time we have on the Sportsnet podcast. Don't forget, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and you can also find us wherever you listen to your podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment anywhere. Leave us a comment. We'll read it on the air. Even if you disagree with us, who cares? Me too.
Sure.
I like when people disagree. Yes. It's all good. I'm good. I don't think I was being disrespectful by telling people they were disrespectful, but for calling the coach a Pee-wee coach, we agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I always appreciate people taking time to leave a comment. So thank you, everybody. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow of the Sportsnet podcast with Joey Alfieri and Simon Tsalikis.